universities.
Yes.
We feel miserably to connect with our own universities in India, in the proximity, around us. We can deliver more, I think.
Yes. Yes.
It's okay. Having international connects is always inspiring. But at the same time, if you want to deliver, you have to collaborate with each other.
Correct. Absolutely agree with
That is a missing point in our university system also.
Correct. Correct. So, Purnima, I think where are we? Sorry.
So we are just waiting for Dr. Gitanjali Batra to join in, sir.
Right.
Okay.
So she just called me and she's saying that in 2 minutes time she's logging in and there is some hitch. So we wait for a minute. In the meantime, Purnima can start, I believe.
No, I think we should start because it's already 2 minutes past 12.
Okay.
Right.
Okay,
As
sir.
soon as she
Right.
joins, she can start. Purnima, start
Sure.
please.
Yes, sure, sir. A very good afternoon to all present here. I, Dr. Purnima Bagchi, on behalf of Dr. Vishwanath Karad, MIT World Peace University, welcome each one of you to the second edition of INTCON, a revolutionary online conference between industry and academia to drive research and development policy reforms in India. This 3-day virtual conference will have different sessions aligned with the theme of this year, which is Building Stronger Research and Development Ecosystem, Enabling Saksham Bharat Abhiyan. I request my technical team to kindly relay a video on the theme of this event.
It's a noble dream. What is our strength as India? It is knowledge. The strength of a nation in the digital age we find ourselves in is governed solely by its research and development index. The speed by which technology is accelerating has been unmatched since the dawn of humanity. India boasts of the largest manpower pool under the age of 30 in the world. Though we have potentially a gold mine of researchers with us, we barely produce any research. We have to import technology from nations like China. Our universities and our industry do not seem to share the deep connection that they do in countries like the US or China. That is why the IMC's Knowledge Committee, in association with MIT World Peace University, are hosting INTCON, a revolutionary online conference between industry and academia. The way for India to become a global leader lies in its repository of knowledge. INTCON is the way to do so.
INCON 2020-2021 is organized by IMC Chamber of Commerce and Industry under the leadership of Shri Rajiv Poddar and Knowledge Committee Chairman Shri Rahul Karad. The Indian Merchants Chamber, established on 7 September 1907 in Mumbai, represents the interests of Indian trade, commerce and industry. The IMC has played a significant role in consolidating Indian business interests and making the Indian economy self-reliant. The Center for Industry Academia Partnerships at MIT World Peace University has taken up the responsibility of organizing INTCON across 11 cities of India and will include 150 industry leaders as well as representatives of the government under the dynamic leadership of Mr. Praveen Patil, the CEO of CIAP, who is with us today, along with Dr. Prasad Khandekar, the chairman of the organizing committee, and Dr. Rajiv Thakurji, the provost of MIT World Peace University. I gladly welcome you all to the second conclave of the series, focusing on Delhi NCR region. Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce CIAP briefly. The Center for Industry Academia Partnerships was started with the intention to build collaborations with industry and academia to encourage the maximum potential and impact outcomes. The step taken is in the direction to develop innovative solutions through process-driven approach. It's indeed my privilege to introduce Mr. Praveen Patil, the CEO of Center for Academia Partnerships, who has been a pioneer in developing it and taking this initiative ahead by bringing a significant change within the university. After having a successful deliberation in the first series of the conclave and the inaugural function of the second series, we are now heading towards the first session of the second series on INTCON, which is on the theme, Role of Educational Institutions in Research and Development Initiatives in India. I kindly request my technical team to relay a video on this session theme.
The role of educational institutions in advancing the research and development is becoming critical. Academic R&D is an integral part of the innovation economy with contributions in the form of patents, new commercial products, skilled employees, new companies, job creation and tax revenues. Innovation is intrinsically linked to R&D activities, and Indian universities need to focus more sharply on constantly enriching the research culture.
It's my honor to introduce the esteemed panel for this session. We have with us Ms. Rupam Jha, the Consultant of Corporate Relations, IIT Delhi. We also have Dr. Gitanjali Batra, who would join us shortly, Associate Professor of Atal Bihari Vajpayee School of Management and Entrepreneurship, JNU. We have Professor Dr. Sudhir Gavhane, the Vice Chancellor of MGM University. And we have the moderator of this session, Dr. Professor Samartha Patwardhan, the head CSER of MIT World Peace University. I invite all the members to the online dais. Before handing over the session, I would like to make an announcement. All the attendees who wish to ask questions may post it on the chat box, and if time permits, we would definitely be taking a few questions and we will be directing it to our esteemed panel. I now formally hand over the session to the moderator. Over to you, Patwardhanji.
Thank you very much, Dr. Bagchi. To begin with, should we wait for Dr. Batra to join in, or should we begin with the introductions, the brief introductions that I have at my end? Dr. Bagchi.
Yes, Patwardhanji, we may begin as we have less time. So we may begin.
Let me begin the session by welcoming all the esteemed guests, my fellow colleagues from MIT WPU, and all the participants to this session. And I will shortly go over the brief resume or brief profile of each of the panelists that we have here, starting with Ms. Rupam Jha. Ms. Rupam has a rich experience of over 15 years in telecommunication and media industry with a proven track record in marketing, product and brand management, customer lifecycle management, communication, digital marketing, market research and training. She possesses excellent relationship and interpersonal skills and has garnered strong analytical team leadership, problem solving and organizational abilities while working in large organizations of repute like Bharti Airtel, Vodafone India, ASL, Reliance and Hindustan Times. She has been on a fast track in all the organizations she has worked with and has been instrumental in their growth story. Presently, she is working with IIT Delhi as Consultant Corporate Relations and specializes in building industry academia partnerships. She holds an MBA in marketing from Symbiosis Pune and a graduation in mass communication. A very warm welcome to you, Ms. Rupam Jha. Following it up with an introduction of Professor Sudhir Gavhane. Professor Gavhane, who was previously Vice Chancellor of the Yashwantrao Chavan Maharashtra Open University, Nashik, is presently the Vice Chancellor of Mahatma Gandhi Mission's MGM University, Aurangabad, Maharashtra. Known as a professor with a difference, A change maker and innovator, he is an acclaimed academician with dynamism, proactiveness, and passion toward higher education. His 37 years of rich experience includes a large number of publications as well as research guidance of close to 15 PhD students, 7 MPhil students, and 200 plus master's dissertations and postdoc researchers from 6 different countries. He has served as a quality assessor of higher education sector in India for NAC. His university level experience includes that of teaching, research, and leadership in the capacity of a professor, HOD, director, dean, director general in the disciplines of journalism and mass communication, social sciences, liberal arts, commerce, and science. He further serves as an advisory council member and academic advisor on the board of multiple universities and is an expert advisor of TISS, which stands for Tata Institute of Social Sciences, Mumbai. A very warm welcome to you, Professor Gavane. Last but not the least, let me introduce Dr. Gitanjali Batra. Dr. Gitanjali Batra is presently working as an associate professor in JNU. She has 14 years of teaching experience. She completed her graduation, post-graduation, and PhD from Delhi University. She has several national and international publications in the area of organizational behavior, social responsibility, sustainability reporting, and marketing. A very warm welcome to you, Dr. Gitanjali Batra. Now, following it up with diving into the panel discussion, I would like to mention one thing over here, that there are certain questions which are common across all the panelists, and then there are certain questions which I have in front of me which are specific to specific people because of their expertise and experience in that particular sector. So going forward with a question which probably has plagued the minds of a lot of academicians in India, I would like to put out an open question saying that institutions like IITs and IISCs and other research institutions are supported by government and corporates in R&D, but there is very less scope for private universities in terms of such funding when it comes to such funding. So what measures can be taken which will help private institutions to attract funding from industries and government R&D? I would invite Professor Gavane to please enlighten us, followed by the other two panelists. Professor Gavane, your mic is on mute. If you could kindly unmute it.
Is it okay now? Yeah.
Yes, absolutely.
Good morning, friends. I think good afternoon. At the outset, let me congratulate MIT World Peace University, the great initiative it has taken for connecting academia with the industry. The connection between the academia and industry has become a ritual kind of thing. You know, once in a while, once in a year, university industry interaction meets are organized, food is some discussion is done, and nothing happens further. And this is the overall trend in our most of the universities in India. So I personally feel this kind of initiative taken in collaboration with the chamber is most appropriate step going ahead. So I will congratulate Mr. Patil as well as Dr. Khandekar and Mr. Samar Patwardhan for initiating this kind of activity under the umbrella of MIT World Peace University under the leadership of Rahul Karar. Right.
Thank you.
Coming to the point of the discussion, my friends, let me frankly share with that Indian R&D structure and the contribution of the universities and institution of higher learning is very, very poor, pitiably poor, to be very frank. And if you see the figures, we are in a knowledge society, and knowledge production is done into R&D labs and the universities and colleges. And if you see our contribution, the nation with the 130 crore people, 1.3 billion people, almost 17% of the world, our contribution into R&D in terms of number of researcher per million, in terms of publication, global publication, in terms of patents, in terms of Nobel recognition. If you see all dimensions, we are poor among the poorest. Definitely. During last a few years, a decade or so, we have tried our best to improve that. But at the same time, if you compare ourselves with the BRIC countries, particularly China, China has progressed a lot during last 15 years or so with their emphasis on R&D, infrastructure of R&D. So I am of the opinion that R&D research is the